Essie Dennis, and today I'm going to be doing a Jecca Blac makeup look for you whilst talking about why bi-visibility is so important. Today's look is going to be super glowy, courtesy of the Glow Drops, because they are my favourite Jecca Blac product. I just love simple makeup looks that also make me look like I've been rushing through the forest because I'm some forest fairy or something, I don't even know. Okay, let's get into it. Coming out as bi when I was 21 really just lifted a weight off of my shoulders, and it allowed me to find a community that I really felt safe and comfortable in. Other bisexual people were really supportive of me. My best friend is bi. I just felt like I had found my people. One of the biggest bisexual stereotypes I had to overcome was this idea that it was a phase. Even in my own head, I was like, oh, I like a girl today, I must be a lesbian, or I like a boy today, I must be straight. And I didn't just sit to think, hey, you're bisexual, and yes, that's a real sexuality. On a basic level, bi-visibility matters because we're here and we've always been here. We're part of queer history. The mother of Pride was a bisexual woman. We're not, half straight, half gay. We are bisexual, we're queer, and we're part of collective queer liberation as much as any other group. I think in terms of bi-representation, we really need to talk about the impact that bi-erasure has on bi people's mental health. Being told that you're greedy or you're confused or that you're not queer enough, it can really impact your sense of self and impact the way in which you explore your own identity. I'm really desperate to see more bi-representation on screen as well, written by bisexual people. I think it could be really helpful for especially people who are questioning their identities to be able to see that representation on screen. But, I feel like at the moment we'll have bi women who are overtly sexualized, and then you don't really get much bi male representation at all. I think that a great way to celebrate the bi community would be to give bi people a platform to talk about love and talk about their experiences and talk about their struggles as bi people. There's so many different experiences that we've all had as bi people, and I feel like it just makes you feel less alone when you can hear other people's stories and be like, oh, thank God someone else feels the way I feel. Some of the most common messages I get in my DMs on Instagram are from women who are saying, I think I might be bi, but I'm not sure, and I'm currently dating a man, so am I allowed to be bi? And it's like, of course you are. If you're bi, then you're bi. It's not to do with who you're with at that current time. I think people often feel like they have to tick a bunch of boxes to be able to identify as bi or identify as queer in general, and that's absolutely not the case. We have these labels to fit us, to help us explain how we are feeling and how we navigate the world. It's not that we have to force ourselves to fit the labels. I think I'd want to say to anyone who is questioning if they're bi, you have ample time to figure yourself out, and if bisexual feels like the right label for you, then go for it, because it's not about anyone else. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone else. It's about you. I actually came out when I was in a relationship with a heterosexual man, and I definitely worried that I wasn't allowed to identify as queer, and yet when I finally accepted it to myself, I just felt like suddenly things were clicking into place, and moments that I'd had, feelings that I'd had when I was younger were all starting to make sense because I'd finally accepted something. And it was a very weird feeling of partly feeling like, yes, I figured out who I am, and also being like, but am I allowed to be this? It was kind of like, maybe looking up girls kissing on YouTube when you were like 15 isn't the most heterosexual thing to do. Just, maybe, just maybe, being in a complete pit of sadness when you found out that one of your female friends had a boyfriend isn't super straight of you. But honestly, the lack of bi representation growing up really did mean that I thought, well, I like boys, so therefore I cannot like girls too. I must just be really good friends with all these women that I love. Before I came out and up to now, the bi community have been incredible support for me. Bi people have been extremely open and just welcoming. On Bi Visibility Day, I often do get a warm fuzzy feeling when I look back at the journey that I've been on to accept my true self. These glow drops really are amazing. Thank you, Jecca Blac, for helping me shine even brighter during Bi Visibility Week.